Okay.
Hello, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Brightside, and we are here with a wonderful guest, someone you've never met before. And I've been having a wonderful conversation with her in the studio. As many of you may know, that I've done a little bit of caregiving myself, and you know how difficult it is, but it's also such joy when you take care of someone. And growing old is no fun. There's things like retirement, and not all of us are, able to have big savings, and so to muddle through all this maze of things, you really want to listen to this interview, because I do have an expert who's going to help us, and she's also an author, and so let's get into it. So, Marcia, please share your story. Tell us your journey. What made you get started?
Why on earth do I focus on retirement, right, Elizabeth? Thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast. Well, my journey, I think, starts with the same way a lot of the boomer women started, which is we fell into jobs, we fell into what then we ended up building into careers. And that's my story. I had a job here, I had a job there. You put food on the table, paid the rent. And eventually, I was about 30, 31. I landed at Fidelity Investments. I'm in the Boston area, just live
Okay.
south of Boston.
We have a Fidelity account. We love it.
Oh,
Yes.
that's my go-to place,
Yes.
exactly. And I fell into this great job at the ad agency at Fidelity, and it was on retirement. And
Mm.
so I started learning about IRAs and small business retirement accounts and rollovers and ended up loving this topic in my early 30s. Well, you know what? 33 years later, still working in the retirement business. And I've built my expertise and I have my own consulting company now for 20 years. So after my Fidelity, great years there, I went on my own so I could help see my children as well when they were hitting their teenage years. And now I do individual consultations with financial advisors, with employers, with individuals, mainly to help them make that big leap and transition into retirement because it is not easy. And
No.
that's where you sort of face the music. I loved what you said, not everybody has millions of dollars, right? And so, what do you do when you're about to stop working and maybe haven't had the opportunity to save quite so much?
Yeah.
It is really hard to face
Yeah.
that. And then to learn that Social Security does not deliver as much income as you thought it would. And Medicare is way more expensive than you had any idea about. So
Yes.
I do help put all those pieces together without judgment. No one has walked your mile in your shoes but you. So,
That's true.
really let's work with what you've got and not worry about what Charlie down the street has.
Absolutely. And it's interesting when I'm listening to you, I'm just thinking, that under 10%, I need to get that statistics,
Mm.
are people who are wealthy. It's less than
Oh,
like 5% of the
it's about
world's
5%.
population. So
Yeah.
when you think about people who've got those big retirement, which every consultant is looking for those kind of clients that have this big chunk of money, that's a very small percentage of the world. So yeah, yeah, so little. So if you feel like, oh my God, I don't have anything, you are not alone. You are
Right.
part of the majority of this planet.
Exactly.
So you have to be smart,
Yeah.
and you have to know your way around. And having someone like Marcia is going to walk you through the whole process and help you. What is so fantastic about that? So, understanding your rights, understanding your benefits, but more importantly, your state, your zip code,
Mm.
everything can make a difference. So you
It,
do want a consultant to talk to you. Yes.
and it seems so counterintuitive. Like, because we've all been working for all these years, right?
Yes.
And then what do you mean well, it is literally the first question I ask people. Your
Yes.
birthday first and your zip code and county second. And
Yes.
it's like, why do you need that? It's like,
Yes.
who knew insurance is only offered by the state and then within the different
Yes.
counties and zip codes? So
Yes.
what I have in Plymouth County is not what the folks in Berkshire County have
Yes.
offered. So Yeah, it gets even more granular, more complicated, more nuanced that
Yes.
we have no idea. It's
Yes.
never been what we've done at the job. We just check a box. Yes, I want health insurance.
Yes. Yes. So stop accepting things. Start taking charge of your life. Learn and grow. So what is your solution? I mean, how do people reach you? What services do you offer? How can people contact you?
And what I feel the most important thing we can all do, I call it learn to fish. Same idea, right? That we have to learn about the laws. We don't have to be lawyers, but we have to understand that everything is based in the law and how it works. So I really try to empower people to learn what they need to know so that they can make the best decisions for themselves. And the way I do that is first so I can reach more people. I've had this long running blog called Boomer Retirement Briefs, boomerretirementbriefs.com. And it's all free content. I have worksheets and checklists and content to help people keep up with these changes that we might hear about in the news. Well, what does it mean? Or the big question is for that I get mostly is Social Security going bankrupt?
Yeah.
And to address that no, it's not, in case you're wondering. Um, so please stop worrying about that. But really trying to empower people by writing in a more fun way. This is not a textbook.
Yeah.
I'll read the law books and the textbook so you don't have to, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So the blog is the number one way I reach people. I have written 5 books, all on retirement. One is a discussion guide and workbook called Cooking Up Your Retirement Plan.
Mm.
And this really is a how-to guide. It's not, you don't sit down, on Friday night and go, oh, I'm going to read, a beach book. This is a sit at the kitchen table with your spouse or your partner or someone that you want to think about retirement with and talk about what's this whole era going to be? What are we going to do when we have 60 free hours every week now? And what do we have and where can we go? So it's more of a how to and a place to write down, get organized for how you approach retirement. And
Yeah.
everyone's different. So it's been a lot of fun to see that book take off. And, and then I do one-on-one consults with
Yeah.
people so that they can see their own situation without worrying about what everyone else is doing.
Fantastic. So there you have it. We'll make sure that the links are available for getting the books. And since we are a book club and an influential society of bloggers, and write a review because reviews are the lifeline of a book. So make sure you get the book. And if you're buying it, especially from Amazon, because you have to make a purchase to write a review, that you get the book, you write a review, and you feature her on your social media pages. If you can do that, you are a winner in my eyes because you have empowered her as well as yourself, because I'm sure the book is going to empower you. So get the book, and we'll make sure that you have. What is your website where all these great resources are
Yep.
available?
It's all on boomerretirementbriefs.com.
Okay,
So
what a
that's where
great
you'll
name.
find. Thank you.
Yes,
And it's
it's a
not only
fun.
for boomers too.
Yes,
It's
yes,
sort of what boomers certainly need to know this information
yes,
that I write about, but so do the Gen Xers and the younger folks. I have 2 millennial daughters,
yes,
and they need to know this stuff so they can make really good strategic career decisions as they're moving along their path. So
yes.
the
Because
more
it's
you
so
know.
much, so inexpensive if you're in your
Mm,
20s. And if you start saving, then when it comes to time to retire, you're already there. So
exactly.
you're in a great place. So start young. And even if you're old, there are options. So don't feel like, oh my God. So any age is a good age. According to me, any age is a good age to get
I
started.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
It's,
fabulous advice. And there you have it. Thank you for watching. And Marcia, you've been discovered on the Discover Brightside channel.
thank you, Elizabeth.